Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Darby and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Darby's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and lots of motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to be like his steering wheel and give any little adjustments that he needs to give if Darby's not doing what she's supposed to do. Now she is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Darby heel.
Darby, heel.
Now at this point, Darby has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with Rich. She should not be forging ahead or lagging behind or tripping him up or dragging him. Her shoulders should remain even with his left leg while they're walking, and when they stop, she's been taught to sit.
Darby, heel.
So you see that her shoulders are remaining even with Rich's left leg. If he slows down, she should do the same. If he speeds up, she should speed up. And when he stops, she should sit automatically without being told. If she doesn't, you say no, you give a little tug, and you say sit. No, sit. And this is going to make walking her so much more pleasurable for you. That she knows exactly what she's supposed to do, that she is walking with you, not ahead of you, not lunging out at other dogs or distractions. Now the next exercise that Rich is going to show you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. We do not use her name. It's just stay. Your long sit stay when you're practicing at home, you can practice indoors as well as outdoors. You're going to start out at about 30 seconds and you're going to slowly work up to 3 minutes. When Rich returns back to her, he quickly walks counterclockwise, returning back to her shoulders. She held her sit until he gives her another command. And he praises her by giving her a little pat on the head, or stroking her, or telling her good girl, but not over the top excited like yay, because we want her focused and paying attention.
Stay.
He leaves her again in another sit stay. And this time, instead of returning back to her, Rich is going to call her, and this is the come on command. It's Darby come, and she's to come right in front of you, and she should sit facing your knees. If she doesn't sit, Rich tells her no, sit. And then she goes back to heel and back sitting. And just like kids, she was doing everything perfectly until I turned the camera on. So she knows the automatic sit. So don't let her get away with not sitting. She knows it. Rich is going to demonstrate the come on command again. You do use her name on this command, Darby come, and sit. And that eliminates her jumping all over you and your kids and your neighbors and friends. She doesn't get praised until she's sitting. She can be a bit stubborn, there's no doubt about it. But you have to make sure that you're up for the challenge, and that you know she knows these things. And if you tell her to do them, you can't give up. She has to do them. Now this time we're going to demonstrate the down from a heel position. So with her seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. And then you walk out to the end of your leash and you turn to face her. And this is an exercise you can practice right in the house. Your long down stay ultimately is for 5 minutes. She's not quite there yet, but you can get her there. When Rich returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her just as he did on the sit stay, returning everything starts and stops right there at heel position. So he stops at her shoulders. And then he tells her what he wants her to do next. And he gives her the heel command. Nice automatic sit, down. She takes her time, but she did it. And the funny thing about that is her body language basically is telling us that she's going to stay there. She got comfortable before she laid down. And this time Rich will call her out of that. Good girl. He's talking to her very softly and encouraging her. And the very last command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a distance. This is a harder command because you're not right next to her. Sometimes she does it perfectly, sometimes she tries to get out of doing it, so we'll see what she does. Rich leaves her in a sit stay and turns to face her. He's going to use his right hand to give the command. And she did it. And your job at home is going to be to lengthen out that distance so that you can be out at the end of your 6-foot training leash and give her that down command and she holds it. So we have demonstrated for you all of Darby's formal on-leash obedience commands. Rich is going to come home with a packet of information for you. He's going to answer any questions that you might have regarding Darby and her behavior and how to handle it and give you hands-on practice working with her. We've enjoyed having her. We must thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.